Okay, so we've got these areas for our images and for our text. What we're going to do is I'm going to add in an image in here, and there's a little bit of learning as well, which we're going to sort of look at here. So instead of this, this is the place for the image. I'm just going to get rid of this text. You can do that as well. I'm going to add in an image. So it's IMG and then a space SRC. Okay, that means image source, and you can go and browse. So go to browse, it'll take you to your images. Now you can see I've got a Lintaflora one here and a smaller one here. I'm going to use the larger one, and when I roll over it, you can see what the size is. It says the dimensions are 200 by 200. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in there, and you can see it's gone in. I'm just going to close the bracket as well. Okay, and the yellow there means it's missing what's called an alt attribute, which basically means that if you have a screen reader on a web browser, you generally put in some um, some alternative text. That's what it means. So if I just put in into Flora, and then if someone was blind, the screen would say what the logo was. Okay, so now you can see that's gone. So that's really useful for you to know. Okay, now what we're going to do is if I go back here, you can see what's happened is that this is what this looks like. You can see that it was 200 by 200. Well, the height was fine, but the width, because it was only 10% and it's 10% of this, well, that 10% wasn't 200 pixels. So there's two ways of fixing this. We can either sort of go, well, there's three ways. There's one is we could potentially go into here and we could say height is equal to 200 pixels and the width is equal to, sorry, I'll change that to 100 pixels. Okay, so I'm changing the height and the width. And we're doing that in the code, and then so in double quotes. Same for that one. Okay, this is quite nice as well because it tells you what's wrong if you go over here, and then I think that is it. Okay, okay, right. Let's see how that's gone. So you can see now that we've reduced that down. You can see that it's half the size of this, but also it is 100 pixels, and that 10% is slightly more than 100 pixels. So that is one way that we could have fixed that. Okay. I think I should have put the PX inside like that. That's why it was kicking off. But it's also good learning for you as well. The other alternative is what I did with the images. You can change the size. So and that's probably a good idea. So you can see there I put 100 by 100. So I've reduced the size so the image stays at that size. The other alternative as well is if we just take that out again, and you'll see that when we put this in here, it's back to its old ways. Okay, what we can do is instead of in the sort of image area, this image left, we made it 10% and we made the height 200. The other thing we can do is we can just change that to auto. Okay, and we can change that to auto. And what that does is it basically allows the area to kind of flex compared depending on what's in it. Okay, so now watch what happens. So because it's automatically flexing, it'll flex to the size of the logo. So if I change that logo, instead of having this logo, I'm just going to go and browse again, but this time I'm going to pick the smaller one. Okay, watch what happens. Okay, so it's allowing that area there to kind of flex. Okay, now it looks like it's, you can see that the sort of aqua, it's flexed, it's the blue bit is there. This grey bit underneath is actually um, this actual area, the footer area. So the sort of this particular area, this image left, has actually flexed, and it's kind of whatever's in that box, it will be the size of that particular attribute or that image in this case. Okay, hopefully that makes sense, and it just means that when you come in to sort of optimize um, your website later on, instead of having standard sizes, like setting a size of 200 or 10%, you can just make those auto, and it means that you've got a little bit more flexibility with your website. Okay, so give that a go.